Similarly, here's another company where across the board, almost all of their campaigns, I think this yellow line is branded search, every other campaign is under 50% when paid search is quite profitable for them, right? So there's a ton of opportunity that you can identify in all these campaigns to double or even triple budgets. And this next slide kind of shows that, where you have these 10 campaigns running and they're spending about $100,000 a month on these campaigns. And you can see that one campaign eats up a bulk of the budget, and the rest of the campaigns are under 5,000 or under 10,000 for the most part. While they're spending only $100,000 a month, they actually have the potential to spend an additional $500,000 a month for these campaigns. Now, you wouldn't scale to 500,000 right away. This part of the analysis is just to say, how much more room is there for us to get in front of the right audience? But then the second step of that is slowly increasing that investment per month on a step-by-step basis, and identifying, is our cost of acquisition metric in check still? Is our payback period still within 12 months or whatever our baseline is? And so at 500,000, it may turn out that the payback period is actually 2 years because you're having to overbid the whole competition. So you probably wouldn't normalize here. You may end up normalizing at 220,000 as an example. So, but by doing this exercise, you're able to at least identify, hey, there's this much more room in our market. And given how many conversions we have, we think there's an opportunity to invest a lot more budget here. Next, you want to look at where is spend going by stage of the funnel. One of the most common things that we like to preach is working backwards, right? So starting from people that are at the bottom of the funnel and working backwards to people who are less ready to buy and need more nurturing. That being said, the more mature your organization gets and the more performance there is at the bottom of the funnel, inevitably you need to move allocation higher up in the funnel. And so in this company's case, they're only spending 7% of their budget at the top of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel is at 37, whereas the middle of the funnel is 56% of the budget. So what we'd likely want to do here is increase allocation on bottom, decrease allocation on middle because it's almost too much, and give a little bit more weight to the top of the funnel so that we can get more top of funnel leads. Now, I say that with a bit of a caveat, which is that at the top of the funnel, you're going to find more expensive leads. And so you want to ideally only go there if the middle of the funnel is maximized or it's inefficient, just to find some additional opportunities. But in a lot of cases, there are companies that have reached some level of scale. Like if these guys are spending over $250,000 a month, then focusing more on top of the funnel makes sense. But if you're earlier in your journey, just bottom and middle of funnel should eat up most of your budget, maybe even just bottom of funnel. Similarly, you want to look at the breakdown at a channel level to identify where are the opportunities. And so within Google, LinkedIn, and Facebook, there are different sets of campaigns that you can run at every stage of the journey to identify, are we actually optimized at every stage of the funnel or are we not? So on Facebook and LinkedIn, a bottom of funnel campaign might be a retargeting ad to anybody that's been to your homepage or your pricing page, whereas a middle of funnel ad might be to somebody that's downloaded a white paper and you're trying to encourage them to come to a demo or a webinar or something like that. And so if you're underinvested on those bottom of funnel campaigns, it's a good idea to ramp up your allocation before you get to that top of funnel cold prospecting campaign that's, let's say, targeting a job title or a Clearbit list that you've created or inside Facebook or whatever that is. So you want to slowly ramp up from bottom to the top, but ideally you want to look at this across all channels, because you may start off with late funnel advertising in bottom of funnel on Google with, let's say, a branded search, competitor search campaigns. On LinkedIn, there's retargeting and maybe some custom audiences. On Facebook, there's retargeting. And then slowly you want to layer on the additional campaigns.